This is Greg Kovacs, and nobody in the history of bodybuilding had as much potential as this guy. At 6 feet 4 inches and over 400 pounds off season, I am sure Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman, Sean Ray, all of the pro bodybuilders were shaking in their little tiny posing trunks at the anticipation of this big giant dwarfing them on the bodybuilding stage. So how did it all go wrong? How did this turn into this in just a few short years? Well, I guess you would have to rewind back to 1996 and take a look at this guy's bodybuilding career. I mean, this guy, like I said, potentially, nobody was better than this guy. 6 feet 4 inches. This guy, I mean, he took his pro card so easily at this event. He made everybody look like small little wee children. And he wasn't just a big dude. He had some good body parts. He had an outstanding back, good condition as well. And like I said, this was in 1996. So everybody was chomping at the bit and so excited, the potential of this guy, to see him compete against the best of the best in the IFBB. So it all came down to the 1997 Night of Champions. And this was the beginning of the end for Greg Kovacs' bodybuilding career. He did not even place. Instead of refining his condition, his detail, I think he honestly tried to push the size game. And food for thought, maybe a little bit of work gone into those delts. You know, slap on some clay, if you know what I'm saying. And not to mention, guys, the competition was far greater in the IFBB. You had a guy like Gunther Schlierkamp, who was no midget. You know, he was over 6 feet tall and much better detail as well. So, once again, instead of working on the detail of the physique, he pushed the size game once again. And he gorged and gorged. The amount of food that this guy ate is legendary. 13,000 calories a day. So they say. And what did that do? Well, take a look, guys. This is him in 2001 at the Night of Champions. And his midsection got even bigger. You really can't expect to gorge on the amount of food that this guy did and not expect that midsection to stretch out. He competed infamously at the 2004 Arnold Classic, and you can see it looked like his rib cage itself had expanded. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this guy, he made Dave Palumbo look like he didn't eat. He ate so much. And not just the midsection, but the muscles seem to have deteriorated a little bit as well. With all due respect, guys, I definitely liked Greg Kovacs as a human being. Just because his physique fell apart doesn't mean that he's a bad person. And actually, at the Arnold Classic, it was so sad, guys. He didn't even finish his routine. He knew what he looked like. He knew that he couldn't even win nor place. He placed dead last. He placed 13th. And he walked off the stage right in the middle of his routine. 1 year later, at the Toronto Pro, the 2005 Toronto Pro, he competed for his last time. And like I said, with all due respect, but he looked even worse. And that was definitely the last time that Greg Kovacs ever stepped foot on the bodybuilding stage. Unfortunately, Greg passed away in 2013 of heart failure, apparently. I mean, you can't expect to be 400 pounds, guys. Pushing the limits. Your heart has to work overtime. The writing was on the wall. But you know what? Let us remember Greg Kovacs. Back in the day, back when this guy had the potential of being Mr. Olympia, I'm sure he was sending shivers up the spines of the top pros in the IFBB. I mean, 6 feet 4, 330 pounds contest weight, 420 pounds off season. Nobody will ever be that big. Nobody has been that big, and like I said, nobody in the future will be as big as Greg Kovacs was. A legend. Hit thumbs up, guys, on the video if you enjoyed it. Rest in peace, Greg. Have a great one, guys.